Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another pickups video. In the last week I took a bit of a trip down to my local cash converters, my local charity shop, and I've also had a few things turn up from eBay, so without further ado I shall get on with it. So in the week, while I was passing through, I thought I'd pop into my local crack converters and see if they had anything that I'd be interested in. So the chap instantly recognised me, we had a bit of a chat, and ended up picking up a load of PlayStation 2 games for £1 each. So without further ado, the first one I picked up was Silent Hill 2 Director's Cut, which is on Platinum, which I wouldn't usually collect, but I've just picked up Silent Hill 1 for the PlayStation 1. I've not got it yet. One of my friends is sorting me out with that one, so I thought why not pick up the second whilst I was in there. So yeah, look forward to getting into that series. I've never really played them. I did play the demo on the original Metal Gear Solid, and to be honest it scared the hell out of me, but that was a long time ago. I'm a bit of a bigger boy now, so maybe not too bad. Now the next game, I've actually completed this one on the PlayStation 2 years ago, and that was Hitman 2. I've actually got the same haircut as this guy now. Usually, you know, with the old rose-tinted glasses, things aren't quite as good when you go back, but I stuck this on earlier, and I played through the tutorial in your garden shed before I went out on the main mission, and I've got to admit, I was really impressed with the graphics and the way the character controls and his movement. Still seems like a really good game, so I think I'm going to try and complete that again in the near future. The next one I picked up was Burnout Revenge, which absolutely great Burnout game. Never really been into this one that much. I did have it on the 360 briefly, because obviously it's not so much the racing element, it's more the destruction and ramming people from behind. But all the same, I was happy to pick it up for £1, so that was that. The next one is absolute classic franchise, and rest in peace. Unlike Murray Walker, who announced dead the other week, who's still alive, Colin McRae unfortunately has passed away. This is Colin McRae 04. I did used to own this. It's pretty good, not quite as nostalgically memorable for me as Colin McRae 2.0 on the PlayStation 1, because I used to absolutely live on that game in 4-player mode. Used to have some real competitive evenings on that, but look forward to getting back into that. It's got split screen mode, so should be a good laugh when I play it with one of my friends. Our next game is actually the reason that I went back to this cash converters, was I actually sold them this game, Moto GP 3. And while I was at my friends the other week, we were playing my copy of Moto GP 4, and we was having a real good time on it. And I said to my friend, I says, no my luck, I had Moto GP 3, no my luck, it was a better game. So I tell you what, I'm going to Google it. So I looked on my iPhone, and of course it said Moto GP 3 was a better game. So I said to him, I'm going to try and get that copy back. I mean, it's only reviews and they're probably incorrect, because GP4 is really cool, I think. But anyway, for £1, why not, got it back. The next one is the only, I believe, the only Final Fantasy game that I didn't own for the PlayStation 2, and that's Final Fantasy X or Final Fantasy X. I've got 10 to 12 and 7, I don't know, that's completely slipped me by, but the one that is, the 7 is the one I'm actually playing, Dirge of Cerberus, that's it. So God knows if I'll ever get round to playing all these Final Fantasy games or not. Being the only one I ever really played was Final Fantasy 7, but I'm absolutely enjoying Dirge of Cerberus. It's a fantastic game, although it's not really much of a role-playing game, in all honesty. It plays a lot more like Devil May Cry or whatever, but I'll totally recommend it. I love the cutscenes of Final Fantasy's. The production values are crazy. But anyway, the last game I picked up, and I have owned this on Platinum before, but I got rid of it because well, I just didn't really want it, to be honest. It weren't in that good a condition, but it's Resident Evil Code Veronica, and this actually includes the Devil May Cry demo. And I thought, why not at the price? It's probably worth having. So that was it from the crack converters, but while I was in that town, I did have a look through a few charity shops, so I managed to pick up a couple of DVDs. Now the first two I picked up were £1 each, and they're actually Ghost in the Shell. Obviously anime. Not really an anime fan at all, but I thought for £1 each, probably worth trying out. I was particularly impressed with the artwork on the boxes, and I think there's a couple of discs in each one, to be honest. So I think on the back, I think around about an hour and a half of manga on each one. So for £1, you know, you can't really complain. And the other one, which actually had the more interesting artwork, so had a different picture on each on the box and the disc. And The DVD that caught my eye really while I was in there before I picked those up was this one here, Star Trek. I wanted to see this movie when it was out at the cinema, I just never got round to it, but for £1, I mean, absolutely fantastic. Just comes with a disc, but I know a lot of these movies do. Not that I'm the biggest movie buyer, but at £1 I wanted to give it a try. So I look forward to sticking that on at some point next week. Now, a couple of pickups from eBay. The first one, Retro Bull Sean did a bit of a demo of this game, Return Fire. I'd never heard of it before, wasn't really aware of it. It's got absolutely amazing music, all classical music, and it's like a strategy capture the flag type affair. The 2-player mode looks absolutely fantastic, so I am looking forward to getting into that with one of my friends. Basically, you've got 4 sets of vehicles, a helicopter, a tank, a jeep and some other thing, and you just pick one of those and you have to go around destroying the other person's base until you get their flag. But yeah, I think it's quite a deep strategy game if you get into it. So this one was actually, I think, £3.49 it cost me delivered, but I mean, as you see, it's spanking condition, so can't really complain. And the disc hasn't got loads of scratches on it, unlike some of the things I've received off eBay this week, which I've sent back, namely, again for the second time, Time Splitters 2, sent it back on the GameCube, scratched to hell. But this time I did play it, and to be honest, it's not quite the game I remembered. And the other one was Pandemonium on the PlayStation 1, which I wish I'd never picked up, because the disc had a scratch, but I did play it, but nostalgia definitely was playing a strong part for me there. That game used to seem amazing, and to be honest now it just felt awkward, the controls. So I sent that one back, I've been refunded, and I keep saying I'm not going to buy disc-based games on eBay because 50% of them I have to send back, but this one I just couldn't resist because I wanted it, and it was going for next to no money. I think it cost me about £3.50 delivered, and it's Atari Legends 2. I would have picked up the first one a couple of weeks ago, and absolutely amazing collection of games, and this one is possibly better. It's got G Darius and Darius Gaiden and Puzzle Bobble 2 and Elevator Action Returns and God knows what else, but these are great value for money and they're really good, really well emulated, I think. I've had some of the other compilation games and I weren't very happy with how they were, like Midway Arcade Treasures. The controls just felt off, but these Taito Legends games, I'd definitely recommend them, well worth picking up. So the last thing I picked up, and I've been after one of these for a long time really, I did get the fat one, but I wasn't happy with it because it wouldn't play PlayStation 1 games, so I knew it was going to happen eventually. I actually got myself a PS2 Slim. Now, this was brand new, unfortunately it's water damaged stock, but as you can imagine, these consoles are pretty hard to get brand new and sealed nowadays. On Amazon they're looking about 120 quid people want for them, which is astounding because I've got friends who paid £100 for these with games. But anyway, I paid £60 for this one, and it came with 4 buzz controllers and everything that come in that box. I'm not interested in the buzz controllers, as you'll see if you watch that trades video the other day or yesterday. If you didn't, I've got one where there's some buzz controllers up for grabs, but I did get myself a nice PS2 Slim, which I'm just happy with because it plays PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games without issue, and that's something my PlayStation 2 didn't do. And I just think they're a fantastic bit of kit, you know, with the Ethernet in the back and everything. I'm tempted to hook it up to the internet and see if there's still some games that people are playing online or whatever else. I just think it's cool, so I'm happy to have that, fits in nicely, and one machine does all. So I still kept my original PlayStation, just because there's bound to be certain games that don't work properly, it's just bound to happen, so I've still kept one of those, but I got rid of my PS2 fat because there's just absolutely no point in keeping it. So that's it really. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to my channel recently. I know quite a few new people have, whatever, it's always appreciated, and I thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll upload some more videos soon.